The Texas weather discussion video for Monday, the 30th of April. We reached the end of April. I'm Donovan Neal. We start this week warm and breezy, maybe a few clouds here and there during the afternoon and evening hours, though we run into some thunderstorm problems as we progress later into the week, which could lead to some even more severe weather issues. Let's take a look at the upper air look across the nation this morning. We have a big upper low spinning off to the northeast. We have ridging developing a little bit to the east, but that's expected to move off to the east, and we are mild this morning, mostly in the upper 50s to low to mid 60s. That's pretty mild for the last day of April. Across the nation, we have a plume of warm air affecting from the south. That's because of all that moisture that's being pulled northward, and we'll see more of that moisture pulled off to the north, with multiple chances of rain and severe weather this week. Take a look across the watch warning map. We have red flag warnings for parts of Colorado, New Mexico, and parts of Arizona, and even the Panhandle. But go off to the east, we still have some freeze warnings and advisories for parts of the lower Ohio Valley. But down here in North Texas, we remain pretty quiet. On the convective outlooks, we have two standard slight risk areas defined for West Texas, extending into the Panhandle, and we have another one defined for South Dakota, extending down into the northern tip of Kansas. But down here in North Texas, we could see a bit of thunder, but no organized severe weather is expected. And this is tomorrow for day 2. We have a little bit area of enhanced risk defined from the central Kansas, extending all the way to southwest Iowa. And of course, they could see some significant severe weather there. But this is day 3, which is Wednesday. This is the most talked about day. This could play out a couple of ways. We got an enhanced risk of severe storms all the way from northwest Texas near Wichita Falls, all the way to northwest tip of Missouri. And surrounding that, we have a standard slight risk, which includes the DFW metro area and points westward. And we could see a few severe storms erupt from there. And keep in mind that these outlooks run until 7 a.m. the next day. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days. Of course, most of West Texas gets the rain, but down here, amounts could vary between around an inch to around 2 to maybe 2.5 inches of rain for parts of North Texas. But go out to the west, where they could see up to 3 inches of rain, and that'll be beneficial for that area over there. So let's take a look at the model. Let's go to the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock. We have that big upper low spinning off to the northeast. We have a new trough that's beginning to dive in here, and down here we'll mention a mostly dry day, though we could see clouds start to roll in here during the afternoon and evening hours. That could be accompanied with a few lingering showers. Highs should mostly be in the low 80s. And by Tuesday, clouds start to increase, with that moisture affecting off to the north. And again, we'll mention a mostly dry day with highs in the low to mid 80s. And here's a Wednesday evening. This is where things start to get interesting. We have a 998 millibar surface low positioned near in eastern Colorado, and it looks like we have a triple point setup near Kansas and Oklahoma, and we could see strong to severe storms erupt from that. Now here's how this may play out. There could be a capping aversion that could preclude the development of thunderstorms, but we do have the instability for which we can introduce the chance of that enhanced risk for severe storms. But of course, the instability is not lacking with this system, because the instability by 7 o'clock on Wednesday does show that we do have enough instability to mention the chance for severe weather, over 3,000 joules per kilogram for parts of central Oklahoma and Kansas. So again, we'll continue to give you updates as we get closer to this event. And you can see on Thursday during the morning hours could be a wet commute with that storm activity moving to the east as that cold front pushes off to the east as well. And I think we should be in the low 80s by Thursday. But the cold front won't change our temperatures that much, but we'll mention the chance of showers and thunderstorms during the morning, during the pre-dawn hours to the early morning hours. But the GFS suggests by Thursday during the afternoon could still very well be wet. So we'll mention the chance of showers and thunderstorms during the day on Thursday, May the 3rd. Highs should be in the low 80s, and we'll have to deal with the chance of strong to maybe even severe storms. I don't think there will be a tornado risk, but large hail and damaging winds seem to be the prominent risk due to the more linear mode of showers and thunderstorms. But by Friday, that activity mostly clears out of our area. We should be in the low 80s, maybe a few showers here and there, but that's really about it. But here, Saturday, as the weekend begins, we could see a few clouds start to move in. We should be dry for the most part, highs in the low 80s. And by Sunday, that activity pushes well off to the south. We should be mostly dry and mild, highs in the mid 80s. And here's a week from today, Monday the 7th of May. We have a short wave little off to the east, and down here that looks like a dry day, a dry start to next week with highs in the low 80s. Here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Thursday, the 10th of May. We have a little short wave passing off to the east. We have ridging starting to develop in the west, and down here, that looks like a pretty dry look. But you can see for the numbers for the next 15 days, we pretty much stay the same way throughout the early stages of May. Highs mostly in the low to mid 80s. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll have more notes in the blog. Next video here should be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can't catch your local TV stations on the air at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.